Well, friends, last week it was the worst side characters of And Just Like That. And this week, we're searching for the best, I guess. It's Pot and the City, baby. Hi, it's Amanda and Joan.
Hi, we're ready to rumble. Now, as we said earlier, this was much easier to do last week when we were picking the worst side characters of Sex and the City. But we're also going to do this with Sex and the City, which I think is going to be a lot more fun because the characters were well written and like well acted and made an impression at all.
Well, I mean, number one, doesn't anybody have fun anymore? Whatever the hell.
Oh, best one. Yeah, that's about right. Whatever happened to fun?
I'd like to start off our best, and well, this is the best. I would like to give an honorable mention.
Okay.
To the one, the only, Che Diaz, baby. Because I'm sorry, I know this is a contentious best and worst. And trust me, go back and watch our finale that we recorded because I was, I think maybe more on one than I've ever been about anything, and that I couldn't get over that they decided to, whatever. Yeah,
you had just returned from like 2 weeks in Hawaii, and like that was, I was like, God, if we could have just come back from your trip to Hawaii and gone right into Sex and the City, that would have made such a difference. Like, and we had to record kind of late, like recorded on the weekend. So it was just off. And like, we both definitely didn't want to sit down and do that, but it was good. Like we kind of got it wrapped up and just like that over. And now we're starting 26-minute long episodes of Sex and the City.
Eventually, at some point, we will do a hate rewatch of season 2 of And Just Like That and possibly season 3. But, you know, we're getting into Sex and the City for now. I'm excited. But I do want to lead off with, because Che Diaz is And Just Like That is Che Diaz. You can't have one without the other. I mean, and I would say this one is one that could go in the hate and love, like the best and worst.
Tell me what you love about Che Diaz. Other than it being Sarah Ramirez, who is
actually, you're right. I don't love anything about them. And upon further thinking, if this character hadn't been involved, the show could have been not good, but
certainly not.
It took at least a third of your show and ruined it. Not because they're non-binary, but because they suck.
No, not at all. But somebody did write a comment last week that was like, if I was Sarah Ramirez, I would never speak to anybody part of this team. And that is true. They haven't done anything since then. This was kind of career ending for. They went from winning a Tony to Grey's Anatomy, which was Shonda Rhimes went up. No, it wasn't Shonda. CBS went up to Sarah Ramirez and said, pick any show you want to be a lead in. And she said Grey's Anatomy. And they wrote a character for them. And now they're Che Diaz is their most recent credit.
But I guess we could beat a dead horse till the end of time and say that they could have done Che better, but oh well, I guess. All right, so let's start our best side characters of And Just Like That. Amanda's going to lead the listing because I thought of one.
Okay.
And I want to go off of you and just let's take this as a conversation. So give me one, Amanda.
Let's see. I'm looking at my phone because I have my list on my phone, Joan. John asked me to stop looking at my phone.
Who's the first one?
Andre
Rashad?
No, John. The first one is Rock.
Oh my God. I was thinking Rock, and now someone's going to be like, Rock is insufferable. But perhaps because of our rewatch.
Yes, 100%. That's why.
I don't hate Rock as much at all.
No. And the actor, I really like I think the actor, I'm binary, so we can say she, but the actor is great, actually. The part is written a little young, but the performance is good. And I really appreciate the nuance of their talent level in Forget About the Boy. Because it's not like excessively good. It's like, oh, they would be cast as the lead in their high school musical, and it's like good.
I also like that this was a natural way to incorporate some of that more progressive thinking that they're obviously trying to impart into their show, using Charlotte's daughter as the tool of see, they didn't even need Che.
We didn't even need Che Diaz then. Or again, the best way to have fixed, they could have fixed Che if Che was the worst person alive, and then somehow they came out of the woodwork and saved Rock in some big grand gesture. Like
we're just never. Why did we just? Maybe we should have just never made Che terrible.
Like Charlotte doesn't even go up to Che. They've met. There's not even a scene where Charlotte goes up to Che and goes, "Hey, my daughter is non-binary. Now, do you have any advice for me?"
That's because, though, they've portrayed the character of Che as a sex, like a nymphomaniac, basically. And like, so it's kind of hard to be like, hey, this person who's really crass in everything they do and blah, 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 is now going to mentor a child.
Yeah.
I wish they would have done that. I agree. Okay, though, when we're saying best side characters and then to name Rock, I mean, the bar is...
But also, I think it's because we came from hating them so much.
Yes.
Do you want to hear another one?
I do.
This is the biggest thing to come out of our own personal podcast, Bitsy Von Muffling.
Always. Bitsy is a best one in the original series and in this one. Justice for Bitsy in every turn. Again, though, why do they want to take the characters that we like and shit on them?
They did that to her in the original series. If I keep this dog, I'm going to call her Bitsy Von Muffling. I probably won't keep the dog. That seems like it's going to have a lot of medical issues. But anyway, but I think that it's a good name. It's a good name for a pet.
Okay, now, guys, if you're just dropping in, Amanda's not going to now abandon a dog. She's fostering currently. So when she says, if I keep this dog, it's not like she's just like, if I keep this dog, I'm going to...
You guys want to hear the whole story? It's on the Patreon of Smash, but it's a pretty tragic story that did turn out heartwarming, but still also like...
I started tearing up. I was like, why are you telling me this story?
But then it was just good. She's safe with me. She's safe with me until as long as she needs a home. And then I'm going to bawl my fucking eyes out when I say goodbye to her. Or I'll adopt her.
Bitsy, love. You know who I also liked? Bitsy's, or Bobby's piano.
Fuck buddy.
Or whatever.
Yeah, her and him.
I have someone.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I think it might be contentious, possibly. What about Giuseppe?
Oh, that's second on my list after Rock.
Okay.
They did a good job of getting a young man that you're like, you could buy that he would be into Anthony. He's also like super Italian. I think they're a little maybe more mature over there. I don't know. But I don't
love that they dropped that he was an artist and a poet and all of that for him to schlong dick. I mean, like, I think we could have provided a bit more nuance, and luckily in season 3 they always put him in baggy pants, because in season 2
sometimes the baggiest pants
always
really showed
had a boner the whole time. So I liked Giuseppe. I liked what he did for Anthony. Mind you, I didn't like Anthony as much in And Just Like That as I did in. Of
course not.
I found him to be annoying. He had become a caricature of his own character in a way.
Now, speaking of baggy clothes and huge dicks, I'm gonna find the picture later. You know Tyler from Teen Mom, of course. You know Tyler.
Okay.
You know, yeah, the OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's the OnlyFans one.
This past week,
one.
He's married to a woman, Joe.
The possibly gay one. Yeah, but doesn't he go to some other state and like stay with some man?
Yeah, how do you remember that,
girl?
Yeah.
The gay brain has a lot of nooks and crannies to put gay info.
Okay, well, this week he took his kids to a petting zoo, and there's a fucking picture of we're
his
seeing
dong.
the kid. it's his daughter right here. And like she's like feeding a horse through a fence. And then right here is like his dick in light gray sweatpants. And like you can see the mushroom cap. You can see that he's circumcised.
That's really inappropriate. And he's using that as thirst trapping, but you should not have your children in a thirst
at
trap.
eye level.
You're a freak. You're a fucking weirdo. Ew.
Okay, well, but back to end just like that though. Okay, so I have another one.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a really good one.
Giuseppe. Now, speaking of Giuseppe, I was fine with Patti LuPone. Mind you, I'm not fine with the controversy, but. Whatever.
But again, I don't think she's actually racist. I think she's just the shitty fucking person. Mean to everyone, yeah.
I think she's
probably also a little bit racist.
I think that we're in a time when you need to be a little more Patty nuanced. But her character in the show, did we like it? I think some people said they hated it, but
well, it wasn't fleshed out enough. I think they were going to bring her back for season 3. Like, I get what they were going for with that. Didn't they have that karaoke episode and she didn't sing in it? But I guarantee you Patty was like, I'm not singing. Like, you're paying me more if I sing.
They introduced a weird storyline with her and Giuseppe and all that like Giuseppe's parents were actually rich. And if he wanted his inheritance, he couldn't be with Anthony, who's an old, gross man. And, okay, but it never got resolved.
No, well, because they didn't know the show was getting canceled, John.
I know, but what was their resolution? Oh my God. Oh my God. I just had a fucking flash of it. That was a genuine reaction, y'all, because until that moment just now, I had blocked out that theirs truly ends with Giuseppe creaming him in the face with a chocolate cream pie.
Yeah. Just now.
I need, and just like that, to truly pay for its crimes. It deserves capital punishment.
When you just gasp like that, I laughed so hard that I coughed, and then a little pee came out because I'm 43, and I also have glasses now. It's all happening. This is the first time it's ever happened, and I'm like, here we go.
Well, I was also conflating season 2's wrap up of Anthony, which is Giuseppe sticking his big Italian sausage in Anthony's butt for the first time.
He's like,
wow.
Okay, let's go to another character, shall we? Yeah, I got some good ones.
Side characters. Tate.
Bonnie Milligan. Oh, Tater Tot. I was gonna say Homer.
Which one? No, Homer's the middle one, right? I hate.
Yeah, I like him.
Oh, I
like both. I like both of the other sons who like give him shit and are like, "Suck it up, kid."
I like Wyatt.
He perfectly cast the Sid from Toy Story. Nobody's ever looked more like Sid from Toy Story.
I like Bonnie Milligan's character too, except that I feel like they want her to be the fat, messy girl. Which,
yeah, of course.
Do we need that?
What did she sing?
Yes, they had her sing one song, and it was really out of place because then at the end she's like, "Ha ha!" It's like super.
Oh, that's right.
Strange.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, here's another one.
Yes,
you're gonna like this one. Aiden's ex-wife, Rosemary DeWitt. I think that's like maybe the best fleshed out character. She went home and did homework and was like, I'm going to make this a real person that nobody's going to hate. Everyone's going to understand.
Great.
Yeah. And you can understand why she left Aiden. She has a line where she's like, Aiden, you need to like relax, Aiden. Like, calm down, Aiden. The way she says it is so like there was a history there. He wasn't contributing to it. But the way she played these lines was very... They have a history. They've been through this fight. Aiden is insufferable.
In addition, I also, while he had a very minor part, I like her new husband.
Yes, I liked him too. He's just drunk.
He was like, "Oh, just don't even get involved in
this
shit."
Over here drinking. Don't worry about me. Oh, speaking of British men, Duncan. I did like Duncan. No chemistry with Sarah Jessica Parker whatsoever, but liked him.
I think that ultimately is a problem, is that Sarah Jessica Parker did become so insufferable as this character to where, like, I wanted her and Duncan to fuck. Because he was hot. I thought he was hot from the moment he was there. That's actually almost a perfect setup for that. Like, but she was still so like, I'll eat your beef stew in your basement and I'll wrap myself in 30 sweaters. And even the time we do have sex, I'll still keep my bra on. Come on.
Okay. But he was fine. Okay, how about
I thought he was great. I thought he was well cast. I thought that it was kind of annoying that, like, out of nowhere he appeared and he was, can't wear your high heels in your $50 million home that I'm renting out the bottom shitty but I'll be fine with it because he did get her away from Aiden in a way. Mind you, Aiden should have only been on 3 episodes tops and been done. One and done. She should have had one date with him. Something happens with Wyatt, something this, that, and the other, and she's like, no. And then we could
Agreed.
We did.
My baby. Here comes his
I'm going to give one, and she was only in 1 episode. But what's her damn name?
Candice Bergen. Gloria
Doesn't anyone
Steinem.
remember? He was an asshole. What's her
Susan Sharon.
Susan Sharon. She looked.
Love her in Sex and the City too.
Her hair was. I loved her in Sex and the City, but I do remember that watching that when we did cover that episode, which you guys can go back and watch that episode. The resolution of that is that, he won't abuse his wife anymore. He'll just abuse this dog.
Yeah, but Jack Russell, who looks like Walter.
That was the resolution. So I was like, okay. I would have much rather preferred like a Goodbye Earl type situation. Yeah. Like her and Carrie have to get together and like kill him. I can't see her because she's like dark. There's a dog here, but she looks sweet. Is that the one?
Yeah, it's her. Her name is Star. See her nipples? They're like filled with milk.
No, it literally looks just almost like I'm looking at the ground.
Oh, all right.
See, there's an outline of a dog there, but I can't tell which one.
If you saw her walking, you would think that she's like a 6-month-old black lab puppy, but she's full grown. She's had 3 litters of babies in her life.
I loved. I'm going to do rapid fire. Smoke. Just kidding. I liked the woman who worked at the vet center that Che ends up working at.
Oh yeah. Yes, I did like her. And that was an example of a trans actor that it wasn't addressed and it was fine. Like it didn't matter.
That's actually what I wish we just did more of, was just representation of people as opposed to, here's a non-binary person and now we have to teach the entire world what that means. It's like, how about Che Diaz just exists? There's another problem with Che Diaz too, is maybe they should have made their comedy less focused on being like a non-binary advocate and just more about like comedy.
A crash out against everyone who's ever wronged them in their life.
Yeah.
Okay, I have the number one, like nobody could argue with this. Okay.
Lisette?
No. Richard Burton, the dog.
Well, of course, except that one bitch who yells at him in the dog park. I hated that bitch.
But they actually utilized him pretty well, where they cut to him when he'd be like, "Oh shit."
They really did. Who was I just thinking? Yes, Richard.
Also, Burton. Joy's dogs. Oh, Joy! I do like Joy and her dogs. Joy's dogs. What are their names? It's like Finnegan and something.
Yeah, they're Sappho. It's Sappho and something.
Yeah.
Sappho and Dildo, because
I'm gonna look it up.
I know there are some Joy haters in the audience, but Joy is much better than freaking
Sappho and Socrates, and they're little Italian greyhounds. Which I will say, if you are like a lazy person or a person who's like immobile, that is the best dog I'd recommend for you as an Italian greyhound, because they don't want to do jack shit.
Well,
they want to lay under your covers all day long and just shiver.
I
They're
would
very cute.
say another character, and this is again, I'm being sarcastic, Victor Garber.
I mean, there was nothing wrong with him. I mean, too bad for
He just
him.
was
This is the last thing
nothing.
he's done in his career is watch a bunch of shit rise from the toilet.
You know who I did like? LTW's dad.
Oh, I was going
Before
to say
he
that
died.
too, even though he died already. Also,
really
Jackie
liked.
Hoffman was good. She's the one. Sherry O'Terry was also fine.
I think Sherry O'Terry was okay. They gave her like at least one moment to have a joke
Be
of
kind of
some sort,
zany, yeah.
unlike Kristen Shaw, who had
it's
not a single joke.
I remember
how
when
about
Kristen, I probably said this
Marion?
last week, but when Kristen Shaw was on Katya's podcast, and she's like, "Oh, you were on," and just like that, and she's like, "Yeah," but she really didn't have anything to say about it. It was pretty like low key shade. She's like, "Yeah, it was a great experience overall, I guess."
What
What were
about
you gonna say?
Marion?
I hated Marion. He was so slutty, walking around with his nips.
I think they should have fucked. All right, they should
Well,
have fucked.
they would have fucked
Or done something. The
They're out
entire
of town all
premise
the
was
time?
that they rubbed knees one time, and that was too much.
Yeah.
They touched knees. His dick tip didn't even touch her or anything. Like, are we serious with this shit?
George Washington? Do we like George Washington?
I like, no, I don't. In fact, on the rewatch of season 1, I can't believe how little they used LTW and George Washington.
They pop up out of nowhere. Mm-hmm.
They're like, by the end of the season, George Washington is used as a prop to show Andre Rashad what it's like to be a dad.
Mm-hmm.
That is his reasoning for being there. Thank God they got rid of Andre Rashad. I'll tell you that. I think Andre Rashad is possibly my number one most hated
I really hate him.
character. I will say, and I'm going to incorporate her because she is kind of a small side character, and then she wasn't even in the 3rd season. I like the character of Naya. I would have been fine with that character if they wouldn't have made
I
it.
like that her storyline is that she wants to be child free by choice. I like that storyline.
I don't like that they used her as a prop to have, or the way that they had her with Miranda annoyed me.
Because she wouldn't like Miranda. There's no world in which she would be friends with Miranda. She'd be too excited.
I also don't think Miranda would be like that. I just think if you're going to be a civil rights lawyer, I just think you would be more abreast of things, such as the lyrics to For Good from Wicked. Oh,
right. Bringing it back around.
I have two
okay, wow.
to wrap up with.
Rosie O'Donnell!
Thank you! I was going to say Sister Mary.
Oh, how did I miss it?
Loved her.
We thought that the season might be good based on that.
But now, in retrospect, I look at that and that's actually not a good episode because it really has nothing to do with anything.
That was cute.
And also, when did the change happen where Miranda was like, "Oh my god, oh my god,"
so like going out to lesbian bar, like, it closes the bar down. Yeah.
When did that happen? Last one, and this one will be contentious because I know someone already wrote a comment saying they hated this person.
Steve?
But I think Natasha.
Oh, Natasha Steve, too. Yeah, I didn't know if we could use the old character.
Oh, Natasha. I'm talking about Natasha Razor Glam. Mentioned they liked this person, so they couldn't believe. Steve is always the daddy of our podcast. Come on, Steve will never not be. And the Steve haters, you can say what you want. I don't care. Steve will always be daddy. Anyway, final person, Jennifer Lewis. The mother.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. You know what? It was dumb. And really, season 3, they really, compared to the other seasons, season 3, they decided we've just got to throw guest actors in as much as we can. Because the other 2 seasons didn't have that, did they? I mean, season 1 didn't have that like that. And
because they front loaded all the characters and then they announced them really early on that we have. I think they probably announced them before they even had filmed.
But I just don't remember it being like characters would come in like Jennifer Lewis did, and
Oh
on
no,
season
there
1
were
and
like
2.
none.
And so they bumped that up a lot in season 3 because they had her, they had Rosie, they had Patti LuPone, they had these additional like star women. I mean, I would call those star women. Come on, joining in. But I liked her storyline. I think it gave fine opportunity for the funeral. Now, mind you, this will, though, go into my problems with LTW, the character, in that like 95% of her storyline was about other people. You know, it wasn't about
Mostly her husband.
Her husband, her kids, her dying father, you know, her documentary about Michelle Obama. It was not
Michelle Obama. There's my favorite character. Not even from her.
Unseen character from from And Just Like That is Michelle Obama.
I want to get to the bottom of that more than anything. Is you clearly had her lined up and she backed so clearly. That is what happened. She backed out. Or why wouldn't they have it resolved with her agreeing to do the documentary?
They just thought we were stupid enough to be dragged along the entire time thinking Michelle Obama would be on this.
Well, we did think, we kept saying, well, we better see Michelle Obama soon.
From the first time they mentioned Michelle Obama, you're like, oh, Michelle Obama's going to be on it. And then the last episode is, well, Michelle watched one of your episodes and she might do the voiceover.
Might. Not even she's going to do the voiceover. Something happened there and I need to know.
That doesn't even make sense why you couldn't just say, especially if you know your show is canceled and it's not happening and you don't have to ever produce Michelle Obama. You couldn't just end it with saying, Michelle Obama's going to narrate the series.
Yes. I know, because, well, I think that Michael Patrick King was pissed that he got canceled. Other podcasts have said this too, that I think he definitely had the ability to go back and fix a lot of stuff, even with all of them at Thanksgiving voiceover. But I think that he's pissed and he's still not addressing the cancellation. I think that he was too pissy to go back and fix it. And he was like,
he just was like, fuck it.
Yes, yeah. I genuinely think that, especially after doing our Michael Patrick King episode. Well, that's that. Next week, and just like that, not in Just Like That, Sex and the City, Joan.
Not even next week. This week, baby. I'm live jazzed. This Friday will be about the first episode of season 4 of Sex and the City.
And it's Carrie's birthday party where nobody comes to her birthday, and it's a genuinely great episode.
It starts with that In These Shoes songs. That In These Shoes song, which goes, I once met a man with a sense of adventure. I can't wait.
Amazing.
And hopefully we'll get to be less bitchy, but you never know.
We'll get a little bitchy.
No guarantees.
Guys, thank you for joining us. Make sure you check out our Patreon, patreon.com/podinthecity. Make sure you like all our videos. Like this video and hype this video. Give us your hype. That'd be so nice if you could. It's right down there in like the comments. You can like scroll over.
You can also send us super stickers. You could also join. You know what? If you join our YouTube, it's $10 a month, and you get those Patreon episodes. So if you're just a YouTube watcher, join. Try it out. Join for a month, binge it all, and then quit. Whatever.
I do that a lot.
We love you guys.
I do that with everyone except Doughboys. By the way, again, when the comeback comes, we need to cover the comeback because Mike Mitchell's in it and Michael Patrick King is producing it. All right. We love you guys. Bye. Bye.